Welcome to Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma, home to the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. Pistol Pete ready to start firing those pistols for the battle we have in store. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on another Big 12 foe, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Red Raiders will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Oklahoma State Cowboys offense will get the first swing of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you've got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Now they'll run the draw. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you. So many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Cowboys will try to pin them back with the punt. Slips through the line. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Red Raiders offense will have its first possession of the game. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the start point.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Firing to the right, complete. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Safe completion on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Using the quick game. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Gets it out quickly. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's got the tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Touch pass on the run. Touchdown, Red Raider! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Power football with the run. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Handoff from the gun. They've got it out to the 34 after getting 5 there. And the Cowboys want to crank the tempo. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Powell.
Guys, just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. The give from the gun. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Personal foul. Defensive pass. Defense.
Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. He'll pull it on the read. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Cowboys!
And he finds the end zone. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone in not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Splits the uprights. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UCF is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to watch. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to North Carolina. He'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on him for us. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Trying to find his man on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Wiggles free. Buys a little time. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Proctor. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The offense stays on the field. They just have inches to go on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And they'll bring it down to get the offense started on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. On target over the middle. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The Cowboys will hustle to the line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll put the tight end in motion. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He has brought down the man. What a job to find some running room and move the chains.
Sometimes you just got to give credit. Like, we had it covered. We knew it was a pass. Everything covered underneath, but the quarterback does such a good job of making that second play something special, pulling it down, getting the first down pretty easy.
And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one. 2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication is going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Swings it out to his running back. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. He's now up to 52 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. And the Red Raiders want to move quickly. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Makes the catch. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Quick tempo here for the offense. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Got his man in the middle. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. With the catch, it's Proctor. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The Red Raiders will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Kentucky has the lead right now. Feels like it's been this way since the players took the pregame catwalk. But this has been a very close game. They're up by 4 over Mississippi State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Oh, man, those are the ones you rewind back on tape over and over again when you watch this tape and you go, how did I miss that? He was so open. You have to hit those plays. There's nothing you could say positive about that.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
The run from the shotgun. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Cowboys line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the returner goes down. Just over 20 seconds to play before halftime. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Lets it fly. It's complete. A huge pickup. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. He's looking to throw it. He lofts one down the sideline. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Yeah, and listen, it's one thing to miss a receiver that you go, oh, that was open, that's the right place to throw the football, but he sailed that one, but he was thrown into double coverage. You got to make better decisions than that.
The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got him downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Phyllis, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
The Cowboys will kick it away to start the second half. And he's going to bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake. Using his feet to buy time. Fires to the big fella. And the Red Raiders get it past the sticks.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes.
All kinds of running room. Discards him with the stiff arm. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Poole. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And the pummeling has started. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games. You know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this...
Oh, look out! And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Might as well give it to him again. Across the 25, he's got room. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try.
42, Spider.
He's looking to pass. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Trying to fight their way back into this thing, down 16 and about to kick off. On the move out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
They'll go to the ground. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play-action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Catch in the middle. It's Proctor. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Got it in the middle, it's Proctor. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. They'll try to run for it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. He's got the tight end. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window as they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Grabbed in the middle, it's Thompson. And brought down, looks as if that's how we'll end the third. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quick handoff. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold it. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Now on second down. Looking to throw it again. Dumps it off in the flats. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40, the 20. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football, looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Quarterback keeps it. He's into the end zone, and we've got a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Looking to pass on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Proctor. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide out in motion. quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They want that clock to run. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And the Red Raiders get enough to move the chains.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Handoff to the single running back. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football, and they're going to try and bleed the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And as they come to the line, they have the lead, and they have the clock on their side. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Northwestern is running away with this one behind an offense that's firing on all cylinders. They're up by 17 over the Sharks. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Finds a man by himself. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a 1st down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Quick completion on the out. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
And first down for the offense.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the catch. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly.
And it's grabbed for the late touchdown, and how about this? It's not over yet.
And that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, though.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.